there! Welcome to the show where ex-evangelicals watch and talk about TV shows and movies.
The ones we weren't allowed to watch growing up because, Satan and stuff.
I'm Donovan.
And I am Zach, and Jesus stole our movies.
So let's go find a little old mosquito sealed in amber, take its DNA, and then start a whole goddamn apocalypse on a little island and get this movie back.
Yeah, baby.
That one wasn't too hard, was it?
No, if that one was hard, then you have been asleep for 40 years.
Oh, dude, speaking of that movie, who's the actor?
Jurassic Park, by the way, in case you did miss it and you have been asleep before.
If you're just waking up, hello. It's been a lot
going on. Why are you
here?
There's been a lot going on. Why are you here?
There's been a lot going on. You should be talking to other people, finding out some things.
If you've been asleep for 40 years, go back to sleep.
You're better off.
Get out of here. It's horrible.
Shit. Was it? Oh yeah, the dude. What's the dude's name from Jurassic Park and Seinfeld? Remember the dude that gets spread? Dwayne Knight. Yes, okay. So he's Wayne Knight. Gotcha. So he's in the new Five Nights at Freddy's.
For real?
Yeah, and it's the first time I've seen him in years, and he looks great, dude. And his voice is the same. It was so cool seeing him in it, and the way he gets totally murdered was pretty great.
He gets splattered in the face by icky, sticky goo.
Well, let's just put it this way: where right before he gets killed, Chica's like, "I just want to see what's going on inside your head."
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty rad, man. But hey, welcome to Jesus Stole Our Movies, guys. The show where we hang out and we watch things we weren't allowed to because our parents were a little bit cuckoo bananas and thought that the Ninja Turtles were, the seedlings of the devil.
The devil!
What's up, Zach? How you doing, buddy?
Doing great there, pal. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Feeling even better now that I'm hanging out with my dog. Ruh, 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 ruh. Is that too much?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was licking my own scrotum.
Oh! Look at my scrotum, pure. Now I know why our demographics lean the way they do. Speaking of our demographics, hey out there in Belgium, how's it going?
Yeah, shout out to whoever's listening to us in Belgium, which is very fun. And the Italians as well. We already knew there were some people in Italy that liked our show.
Yeah, that's pretty rad finding out those statistics and everything. But if you're going to be listening to us, please leave us a review or a rating. It helps us out.
No. You got to do it better there, son.
True. Hey, what's up, Uncle Steve?
Hey, y'all, it's your old Uncle Steve. I want to come down here and tell y'all you're doing a hell of a job listening to that podcast, but you're doing a hell of a job in general because I believe in you. Remember.
Hell
you gotta find your problems. Uncle Steve's gonna find your problems, stomp a mud hole in them, and walk it dry, because that's the way we do. But you want to help these fine fellers over here at the Jesus Stole Our Movies? Go on there, leave a 5-star review on the old Apple Podcast. What? Comments on the Spotify. What? Any other podcast catcher. What? Leave some of them review wisers and give your boy a hand. And that's the bottom line. Because old Uncle Steve said so. Now I'm going to let y'all talk about a little movie with a bunch of badass little kids. And I don't mean badass. I mean bad. They need to get a whooping. They need to get a spanking because they're so damn bad. Fuck them kids. And that's the bottom line.
Thank you, Uncle Steve. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Couldn't have said. I literally could not have said it better. That's why he stepped in.
What a mensch! You're a mensch, Steve. Hell yeah, you're goddamn right. I'm a goddamn mensch, and that's the bottom line.
Those are some great words, and it was a great opportunity to hang out with the great Uncle Steve again.
I also believe that, those are some great words. It's possibly the best response to what the hell just happened.
Well, before we move on, and since we're speaking of heightened characters, I thought it would be cool, really quick, to tap in with our old buddy with the planchette and
Oh
see
no! How
see
many
if
buddies do we have? We got.
we got a lot of buddies. And see if he's watched anything new. So hold on a second. I'm gonna just pull this out real quick.
No. Do you suffer bodily when the ghost of Pat Robertson takes over your body?
Don't worry about it. I'm back,
Oh,
y'all. Don't worry. I won't be here long. I know we got a lot of stuff to talk about and a lot of movie to cover. So we're going to do this real quick. As you all know, I'm here to do a quick movie review and I am a ghost. So I cannot be interrupted or stopped. Don't laugh at me, Zach. I am a specter and I will haunt your dreams and your foods. I will come back as a turkey. I saw this movie where this guy, he got bit by a radioactive spider, and then he was swinging all over the cities, right? And then he got attacked by the Green Man, and then when the Green Man was beating him up, he was like, "I won't tell you my identity." But then he was like, "Wait a minute, I know you's Peter Parker. I'm gonna go kidnap your aunt." And he's like, "You better not." And then he goes to kidnap the aunt, and then the aunt, everyone finds out because of the Civil War that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. And then somebody, I think it was Black Mask, wait, no, that's Batman. Somebody was like, "Oh no, we're going to kill Aunt May." And then they did, right? And I remember now, it was Kingpin. He killed Aunt May. And then Spider-Man was like, "Oh no, I'm tired of this boy." And then he was like, he went and got him locked up. And then when he was in prison, he took off his Spider-Man suit and beat him nearly to death. And then he put his blast up to his mouth and he was like, "I can release all my spray down your throat right now and make it so you can't breathe and die. But I won't because I'm Spider-Man." Now you remember that. Well, next time you think, why didn't he kill me?
Oh, hey Pat, you still there, buddy? You
Yeah.
horrible monster, you. What the fuck are you talking about there, pal?
I confused the movie with the comic book.
Did you just conflate like 40 different years of Spider-Man storytelling into one thing?
I see what I had done was I knew that Tom Holland can't always be the Spider-Man's, so I came up with my own movie. I'm gonna pitch it to Kevin Feige's.
All those Kevin's Feige, huh? All right.
And
Can
with
I?
that, what?
What? No, I was nothing.
I was just gonna say
That
I
was
love
fun.
you, Zach. What'd you say?
Burn in Hell, Pat Robertson.
I will. Goodbye. Oh God, that man is crazy.
Are
I
you
thought
okay?
I thought he was gonna talk about Spider-Man. It was almost like he forgot the plot of the movie because he was so confident in the joke.
What happened? You
Nothing.
it was going good. It was going great. I was like, oh, he's Pat Robertson's got it. Oh, he's actually on track today. And it just became every Spider-Man story of the last 45 years rolled into one.
Yeah, no, that wasn't my fault. I'll talk to him the next time, let him know to be more prepared because that was ridiculous.
Green Man came, and then there was a Kingpin, and then Aunt May got taken, and then Aunt May got killed. Like, whoa. And then Dr. Octopus is dating Aunt May. What's happening? What's going on?
And then Spider-Man, here's Dr. Octopus. What's up?
Dr. Octopus is Spider-Man.
And Dr.
Yeesh.
Octopus is inside Aunt May. What's going on?
Okay. It's over. We're done. No
Stop the
more.
joke.
Please.
Stop the
Jesus.
joke. Well, before we jump into the movie, one more question. One more question. No
Oh,
more
geez.
characters. Don't worry.
Oh, my God.
But I just want to ask you, buddy.
Protect
uh,
kayfabe, brother. Kayfabe.
We're building a
There ain't no
universe.
characters on this podcast. What the hell are you talking about, son?
Yeah, don't be a fucking dummy. We're building a universe. Um,
We
I
didn't say goodbye.
oh no, not again. No, Zach had a really cool idea that I thought we should try today, and he just mentioned that we talk about all these movies from the past and everything that we grew up with, our parents being like, "You can't watch that; it's too evil." But we forget that nowadays it's happening to kids probably still. So Zach made a really good point. Like, there's movies that are out right now that Christians are still being like, "That's too demonic," and uh, so, Zach, was there any movies that you can think of, or you seen that, any of these Christian crazies are being like, "Hey, this is too demonic."
I have not personally seen this film, but I recently became aware of a spate of TikToks, which
what new horrible thing is social media going to do to destroy human civilization other than let the religious fanatics talk absolute shit whenever the hell they want to and just disseminate it against each other till they're all uh, riled up into violence. But um,
Yeah.
I saw a spate of TikToks decrying K-pop demon hunters as demonic, which okay, I mean it's in the title. Um, yeah, I think you saw this movie with your kids several
Yeah.
times. Like they
Hmm.
really like it, so I can't speak on the movie, but these TikToks are claiming like this movie is against like you shouldn't feel shame and you should be proud of all your mistakes and problems, which we already know both of us from being in the church as younger kids is one of the big things about being a Christian person is you are told that your shame is part of being alive. Like
Yeah.
you are filthy rags and you shouldn't be loved and you should not,
Pride is a sin, straight up.
yeah, having any pride, having any, sense of self or value is bad, and all your sense of self and value should come from God and Jesus.
Right.
And apparently, what seems like what I saw of the plot, K-pop Demon Hunters sounds like kind of a really sweet,
Hmm.
nice like idea for a movie where I don't know, it's like self-actualization and people like
Absolutely.
not judging each other and learning about the other
Hmm.
rather than othering.
Well, it's also
Which,
the main character also is like has a like doesn't like who she is,
mhm,
because of her own background and stuff. So it also is like self-empowerment through that vein too, where it's like, be more accepting of yourself and love who you are internally as well as outside and stuff.
yeah,
And that goes, we know from our review of Ferngully that anything where it's like, you are the true grower, you have to grow internally before you can do anything else because that's the right thing to do. I'm not trying to do a mocking tone, I'm just saying.
mm, yeah,
When we know that when that happens, it's like a lot of the time Christianity is like, oh, you need God for that. What are you talking
right.
about? So,
Um, and what there's this subtext here, and it's a big talking point with the religious right. I mean, why do you even say the religious right? Like the right wing is just pretty much
just
all,
just say the
you know,
right.
it's the big talking point. The big boogeyman with the right now is like trans issues, right?
Yeah.
The subtext of this movie could be saying that this young lady, this young Korean woman, is a trans person. Like when we're using the metaphor of being a demon
Getcha,
coming
yeah.
through, of like real self actualization and saying like, why couldn't my friends accept me for who I am? Why did I have to hide
True.
myself? Why did I have to do? And like, of course, we know that the Christians don't like that, and everything has to be defined by the people judging you around you. And the biggest there were a couple, but the biggest TikTok I saw was, and this person had thousands upon thousands of followers and thousands upon thousands of likes on this video. So this stuff is getting disseminated much more quickly than it could be, because we also talked about many episodes ago with something like Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers. Those satanic panic things took a lot longer to get a production company, get a publisher that would publish your shitty book, hire a crew, than sit in front of your computer or even just turn on your phone and live stream yourself ranting about how the demons and K-pop demon hunters are an allegory to allow your kids not to feel shame,
Right.
and it's okay to like be super proud of yourself, which it should be okay to be super proud of yourself. If you've done something and you feel assured in yourself, that's okay. You know what I mean?
Right. Or
And
just
I
being
don't,
proud of who you are as a person too. Like
right.
just
And I feel like, I don't know, this lady's ranting was equal parts like laughable, concerning, and you kind of get the sense in some of her TikToks that she really liked this movie, but she needed to talk shit about it for her, algorithm to get
that's
views and whatever,
that
which
seems to be
seems like
like
a
a
thing.
through line, yeah.
Hmm.
A
We've
lot of
seen
these
it again and
reviews.
again, right? The old stuff from the Satanic Panic from the 80s and 90s. Nowadays, it's just like I really wanted to watch a movie, so now I'm going to say Jesus is not in this movie. And you know what? Are there? There's also the idea, and I don't want to get too into the weeds about a movie I haven't seen, but the word demon doesn't mean the same thing in every culture,
That's the other thing.
right?
That's what I've told a lot of people. Yeah.
Right. Demon just might mean spiritual creature. The word fairy specifically refers to fairies. Like that's Celtic folklore stuff, right?
Mhm.
Maybe these languages that are not English, the translation gets bad because you use the word demon to express a spiritual creature, like a yokai in Japanese folklore, animistic spirits. You know, you could say yokai are demons, but they're not specifically demons. There's a bunch of different Japanese folklore layers, just like anything has a bunch of different layers. But somebody can interpret the word demon as the Judeo-Christian,
Yeah.
read Zoroastrian idea of a demon, and we're not even talking about that. Like we're talking
Yeah.
about just other other people. And as far as I know, in that movie, the demons are just people, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't. I feel like we need to point this stuff out and say that this is happening now. It's obviously, you know, Satanic Panic never went away.
No.
We see QAnon and the rage and all these lunatics over Pizzagate and sacrificing children to Satan. Like, there's a ton of horrible things people do to children that have nothing to do with Satan.
Yep.
So why add that? You know what I mean?
Because it goes with agendas or something like that, man. That's why. Sorry to be the truth guy here, but that's what the whole point is, my people.
So just like, yeah, and and it's good because we like to make jokes and laugh, but it is good to understand and know where some of these talking points are so you can be informed and try to talk to people rationally about things. Not that it'll help, you know, but it's nicer to be like, oh, well, some people think that's actual like Judeo-Christian demons, and it's just not that thing. Like, it's not the thing. It's not the same thing.
Right. No, absolutely. I had that conversation a couple days ago with a guy where he was like talking about, oh, my kids really want to watch it, and he told me their age and stuff, and I was like, they should definitely be able to watch it. And he's like, well, it's got demons and stuff in it. I was like, yeah, but it's a whole different culture. It doesn't mean the same thing probably, and it just, back that not probably, it just doesn't. It's not the same thing, and it just this just our society has Christian just so like baked into it
Mhm.
that it's just everything, and even in the like the way we talk is so Christian based. Like there's like you're saying, like the word demon is, oh, we assume automatically it's the Christian demon.
Mhm.
It's so aggravating when you think about it like that, that it's that way.
Mhm.
But yeah, anyway, I'm glad we talked about that because, as you said, it's important to realize that the shit's still going on, hasn't gone anywhere, and we need to recognize it and call it out because if it continues to go on, it could only get worse.
Right.
So, yeah, it's not funny, but I try to make things funny when I'm uncomfortable. So, joke there.
Hey, so speaking of uncomfortable things, what is the film we're actually talking about today?
Wolfman's Got Nards, aka The Monster Squad.
The Monster Squad, or as I called it for the start of this script, the Shitty Children's Monster Hunting Auxiliary, because goddamn, these kids are bad.
No,
Like,
these are great kids.
these are not good kids, man. I'm like, holy fucking
No,
balls.
these kids are wonderful. I'd have to pay you to let me babysit them. They're so great.
That's gross. Oh
It is.
God.
As it came out of my mouth, I
Oh.
realized that that's probably not a great equation.
Um, I'll I'll pay you money to let me watch your kids. Oh no!
I wasn't gonna continue it because I realized
Hit that man with
wasn't
sticks.
it wasn't a great thing to say.
Oh my god.
As I thought it didn't seem that nefarious.
All right, so
Put that on a t-shirt.
I'll pay you money to let me watch your kids.
No, let it go. Let that die. let that die.
Oh no.
No, I didn't. When I thought it, I didn't think it'd be that nefarious. That's on a shirt. What were you gonna ask me?
So what was your experience with this movie? Did you watch this when you were a kid? Did you know anything about this?
I had no idea about it. I have heard of it. That was it. I'd never seen it. I didn't know anything about it. My father didn't know anything about it. It wasn't one of those ones that was kept away from me. I don't think I'd have been allowed to watch it though, because after watching it, there is some demonic things. So I don't think I would have been allowed to watch it. But
There's the use of magic. There's
yeah,
um, ritual magic. There's monsters. First of all, any elements of horror always are strongly discouraged because we have a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, and not a spirit of fear. So why are you watching horror movies? That shit lets demons into your butt. Um,
what about you? What was your experience with it?
Let me just tell you, I don't need to watch horror movies to let some demons into my butt. Let's just do.
Ayo,
Oh! Hey, we have
ayo.
demons. Um, yeah. So actually, when we looked, we didn't see a ton of Christian response to this movie.
Right.
Um, but that could largely be because this is, by all measures, a cult film.
Mm-hmm.
This did not do super well in the theaters. It wasn't a huge deal, considering like other things very, very much of its same type, like E.T. or the the much better band of children that you love more, the Goonies.
Hell yeah, brother.
Like, if this movie had the cast from the Goonies as the kids, this movie would be an all-time classic
What if
forever and ever, always. Like people would have this tattooed on their body. I'm sure somebody has a Monster Squad tattoo, but because of it being kind of not that popular, it is a cult movie. Like there's a
yeah.
very dedicated fan base to this film, but it
I'm
wasn't
sure
a huge deal.
I'm sure that either someone's done it or you could do like a supercut, like fake fan trailer
Oh,
of
dude,
like
that would be
cutting them
very fun.
together. That'd be really rad. Yeah, no, I agree with you. If you had just like plopped those kids into this, like if this was an unofficial like Goonies sequel, I'd believe it. Like if the script was written as a spec script for like, oh, dude, what those kids ran into the Universal monsters. I'd believe that.
When did the Goonies come out? Was that 83?
I think so. Let's find out really quick. We're hacking into the mainframe.
Oh my god, get your floppy disks.
Goonies came out in 1985, and Monster Squad came
It's
out
87.
in 87. Yep.
Um, yeah, so like if this movie had Lil Sean Astin and Lil Ke Kwan and little Josh Brolin and like Lil Corey, like this would be a so much better movie because those kids are fucking lovable.
Yeah.
Um, there's a reason Goonies is such a big deal because like those kids are terrific. But these
And
kids fucking
relatable.
these kids fucking suck. They suck so fucking bad, dude.
They're mean, they're rude, they're vulgar, they're full of hate. Let's just
They're
put that
full
out there.
like
They're
this is
full of hate.
who yeah, they are the monster squad because they're a bunch of fucking monsters. Like even their dear friend that they hang out with every day, they just talk shit about him. That's like fuck you kids, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
These
fuck
kids
these
suck.
kids. We definitely did text each other a few times like, man, fuck these kids.
um like there's bullies that they defeat the bullies, but they're still worse than the fucking bullies to each other. Like what are you guys doing?
Yeah, and they say some shit that's like only terrible kids would say.
Yeah. Oh my god. And we did okay, so this movie did come out in 1987. We do have to put the qualifiers on it that yeah, this was a different time. People were comfortable saying things that they're not comfortable saying now. Um but some of the stuff
However,
is
yeah.
extreme. Like this is not good kid stuff. This is stuff bad kids. Like I don't even who's your baby face? So we have this conversation all the time. You
Yeah.
have your heel and you have your baby face. Is there a heel? Does the bad guy want to kill the kids to accomplish a goal? Sure, that's a heel. But shouldn't your baby faces not be shitheads. I don't know.
Right.
Let's get into this movie. You know what this movie did make me want to do though? Is I wanted to play the tabletop role playing called Kids on Bikes, and it's specifically designed to do that. It's specifically designed to replicate that kind of fiction. Like Hocus Pocus, there's a shit pot of fucking properties that do this, where the kids just have an adventure or whatever. But
Yeah.
this kind of made me like, I love the idea of universal monsters versus a bunch of precocious kids. And if they were fun or cute, it would be a much better film.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it, shall we?
Okie dokie, artichoke.
You know who to call when you have ghosts. But who do you call when you have monsters?
We're the Monster Squad.
What's a squad? It's like Miami Vice, I think.
They're young and inexperienced.
Naughty virgin.
They're a bit disorganized.
Monsters are not real.
We don't know that, sir.
2,000-year-old dead guys do not get up and walk away by themselves.
But when strange things start happening in town,
There's a monster in my closet.
Ooh, look at that big, scary monster.
What's happening? You wait until the werewolf.
Silver bullet?
they're the only ones ready to do battle.
Something's out there that's killing people. And if it's monsters, nobody's gonna do a thing about it but us.
Soon the creatures of the night shall rule the world.
We open on the super old school TriStar logo, which actually is so old as to not be nostalgic for maybe either of us. Do you remember movies with this old school TriStar logo?
The only movie that I can recall with this one, because like I said, a lot of the times I always think of the first movie I saw with these things, is Look Who's Talking.
Oh wow! Oh yeah! Wow!
That's the first
Yeah,
movie
this-
I think of.
Yeah, because this had an actual video of a Pegasus running. It didn't have just This is really cool. I loved seeing this. I was like, oh, this is so
Yeah.
awesome. Crimson text crawls over a black background, telling us that 100 years ago, Van Helsing led a band of plucky freedom fighters to Transylvania to rid the world of the scourge of monsters once and for all.
Hell
With a
yeah.
gorgeously eerie score punctuated by the sounds of a furious storm, we get full-on Hammer horror, universal-style creepy imagery, and gothic horror. A lightning-lit cemetery, a haunted-looking forest of gnarled trees, and a monolithic castle off on a cliff. And this was, oh my god, I was in it. I'm like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, dude, let's go. You know I love my Hammer horror. And I'm like, oh, that crypt is so rad. Everything is so cool.
Hell yeah, man.
The camera slow pans across the torchlit crypt as bats, rats, and guinea pigs apparently are chilling with a bunch of coffins because there's a guinea pig sound amidst these rats. It's like, what? Why are we fweeting? Rats don't fweet. A huge, nightmarish bat hangs from the ceiling and begins a clever movie magic style transformation into a dudula in a schmancy old-timey clothes. Presumably your boy Vlad.
And that bat was rad because it was an old school, just like real dope effect. It was so
And we-
cool.
Yeah, we'll mention the effects a little bit later, but these are all done by Stan Winston.
The OG.
Yeah, the man, Stan Winston. And all the dude, that I love. See, that's why I like old school movies because there's practical shit. Nowadays, half these monsters wouldn't be there, and they'd be reacting to a guy in a lycra suit with ping pong balls on his butt. You know?
But the thing with this movie though is like that I think is really rad is it knows that it's supposed to be a little cheesy because
Mhm.
like you have that rad fucking that really cool Dracula practical effect like bat that's like but then like it pans out and you have those really cheesy looking bats that look like they're on a rubber string just bouncing.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I love
So
that.
fun. Outside the castle, the Transylvanian chapter of the International Torch and Pitchfork Enthusiasts Club arrives. And we see this movie was written by Shane Black, which I was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh shit, really? I didn't realize that.
There was a co-writer, but I didn't note his name. But yeah, Shane Black wrote the first Predator and a bunch of other.
He wrote Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He wrote Nice Guys, which it's weird because I was thinking about that movie this morning. So that's really weird.
There's some dynamite, action, crimes against medieval architecture, and a way too easy to kill vampire bride later, Van Helsing and his pals arrive in a gorgeous set and find the Arkenstone, apparently. And like all I can see when I see like glimmering things is the end of the Time Bandits when he's like, "Mom, Dad, don't touch it, it's evil," and then they blow the fuck up. That's one of my best bits of all time. Have you ever seen Time Bandits?
I haven't seen Time Bandits since I was like fucking 7, dude.
Dude, Time
Oh my
Bandits
god,
rules.
I gotta watch that again.
It rules. Time Bandits rule. Fuck you. Time Bandits rules. I'm gonna
Didn't-
watch Time Bandits after we're done recording.
Didn't one of the Pythons make that? Was it Terry Gilliam?
Terry Gilliam, yeah,
Yeah.
he wrote and directed, I believe.
God, I gotta watch that. That's one of those ones I've always wanted to watch, but I forget about. You know what I mean? You have that like mental list of like, oh fuck, I gotta watch that. Then like a year later, someone's like, hey, have you ever seen? Like, that's been on my list.
The monster hunters begin a ritual with a young lady. Oh wait, nope, stop, Donovan, you're sick. Not that kind of ritual.
What? What did I do?
Van Helsing gives a girl a scroll to read, starting some kind of ritual involving the obviously magical artifact on the dais, and stuff starts going haywire.
As things are one to do.
Things I want to do. The floor fractures and cracks, disgorging shambling corpses and rad-looking puppets. The
Hell
wind
yeah.
kicks up, and a magical vortex opens in midair, sucking the magic stone, the girl, and random castle-y debris into the unfathomable depths of an arcane vortex.
Have you ever seen Evil Dead or Army of Darkness?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this little vortex, looks exactly the same. Like,
Oh yeah,
like I was wondering if they like use the same like FX pack or something.
that'd be very funny.
They use the same Adobe prompt.
Cut to Suburbia. Oh, okay. We don't get any more fun, cool goth horror shit. And now we're stuck in the 80s in Suburbia. The camera pushes in to any school in any town USA, where two boys are getting an earful from the principal because they were drawing monsters in class. Why? Because monsters are fucking cool. That's why. But you know what else is rad? Science. Science is rad.
Yeah, you need science
Well-
to make monsters, guys.
As a wise man once said, science, as a point of fact, rules. But these kids were born a little too early to understand that. And they just kind of listen to the blowhard principal saying his piece, and they just beat it. And he tries to be semi-cool with them. It's very funny.
Yeah,
Because
right.
he's like, I'm a hip kind of guy. No, you're not.
And they're like, barf, no thank you.
Not me, but a guy I know. As they do indeed beat it out of the school, we see that these are not nice kids, despite being our ostensible baby faces, as we hear them quite savagely be mean to one of their teachers and talk a bunch of homophobic slurs. And this isn't just homophobic slurs, like this is like they're actually being very shitty about, like, it's not just like, oh, F word, like Scott said when we talked about Breakfast Club, like nobody knew anybody who was actually gay in high school. It was just a boogeyman thing. Well, sure, these kids are just fucking horrible about it, and they're talking shit
Yeah.
about their teacher. I'm like,
Oh,
somebody lays down beside her at night. What the hell is that about? Fuck you.
somebody
piece of
looked at her
shit.
and said, I do.
Yeah, like come
That
on.
was brutal. They called her like the cat lady or something.
Yeah, it sounds like Shane Black needed to work some shit out, man.
True.
And like I'm like, are we supposed to like these kids? They're supposed to be our protagonists. Like, I understand things were different back then, but geez.
Yeah.
Outside, an only slightly heavy kid named Horace. Sorry, bud. Your parents did that shit to you. I mean, oof. He's getting harassed by some 80s bullies, one of which is Jason Hervey from the Wonder Years. I
Yeah.
don't remember the character's name, but I know that kid is from the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
And these bullies are being straight up awful to this kid. Hardcore body shaming him for his weight, flinging F slurs, and being real shitheels, including tearing up his comics, smashing his candy bar, and physically beating him down until Ponyboy shows up, and an 80s kid in full 1950s greaser throwback cosplay, including a leather jacket, coiffed greased hair, children smoking, and penny loafers, which, let's be honest, kind of hurts the whole tough guy act, but whatever.
Hey, they're comfortable.
Like, how are you going to be a badass in penny loafers? I guess that makes you a real badass, right? If everybody thinks you're scary and you're wearing penny loafers, you don't want to
Yeah.
mess with that motherfucker.
Right. No, I don't. I will pass on that.
This introduces us to Rudy, our leather jacket clad savior, who apparently rolled pretty high on his charisma check on character creation. When he uses mean intimidation to force the bullies to eat the smashed candy bar and makes sure Horace is okay. Because he's so freaking cool, right?
Mhm.
You guys.
Mhm. Yep.
He's so cool. He's a smoking child. You
Let me just say this. If I was that child, Horace, or any kid at that school, I'd be like, this is the coolest fucking kid I've ever seen in my life. I would be like, this dude is rad. I'm gonna have him beat up my dad. He's great. Me as an adult parent, I'm like, this kid is a fucking danger to everyone around him. He needs to be placed in juvenile detention, probably.
He's a child smoking. Why is the 80s like all these children are smoking? I feel like this, like, Rudy is probably where a lot of Steve Harrington comes from.
Okay, I can see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That and the older brother character in The Goonies. It's probably a lot of Steve Harrington as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Because he's doing some badass older brother shit. Rudy is.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to point out too that shot with Horace when those two bullies are messing with him when he's eating his candy bar.
Mhm.
If you watch that, you can tell that the director was like, make sure that that candy bar is in that shot because the way he's holding it is like this. Like no
Yeah.
one holds a candy bar like this.
And he, like, Rudy makes him eat this smashed candy bar in front of all these kids. Like he does like the inverted Zorro thing. Like he
Mhm.
doesn't eat the bullied kid's candy bar for him. No, he makes the bully that smashed the candy bar eat the smashed candy bar. Like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so everybody's like, yeah, don't fuck with Rudy. And Rudy's like, don't fuck with me.
I'm gonna light a match off the heel of my shoe, and then I'm gonna go home and fuck your mom. Like, oh shit! Somebody put him in the back of a van. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cut to Sean and Patrick, which I forgot to mention their names earlier. These are our protagonists are Sean and Patrick, the shittiest kids that have ever walked the face of the planet. And one of them is wearing a Stephen King Rules shirt, which I think is very interesting because this is obviously a child under the age of like 13. Like, holy shit! Why? Who is letting this child read Stephen King this early?
In his defense, I also was reading Stephen King very young, but I was not in the greatest of homes.
Did you get traumatized by the ending of It, like everyone else in the world?
Like, yeah, man. A grown ass man would be traumatized by reading that for the first time. I was like fucking 12, I think, when I read It. I was like, I got to that part and I was like, whoa! I wanted to burn that thing.
Sean and Patrick are walking home, being very rude to Sean's little sister Vicky, talking about very, very important issues, such as the Wolfman's ability to drive or wear pants. When Horace joins them, Rudy stays a bit farther off, and the boys discuss the creepy German guy that lives in a rundown house on their street. Because of course these 80s asshole kids think that just because the house is run down means the guy inside is monstrous in some way.
Yeah.
And it's like these kids are the monsters, right? Like, what the fuck? The boys consider asking Rudy to join their monster club, proclaiming they'll give him the monster test. Whatever, I don't care. These kids suck. Whatever the monster test is, I don't fucking care. Speaking of sucking, we cut to an antiquated plane with a mysterious cargo. When one of the pilots hears a strange sound, he goes back to investigate, finding a surprisingly physical Vladdy boy who attacks him, finds some crazy crates marked Frankenstein, and bails out of the plane in bat form. dropping the crates into a wetland below. Which we find out that the movie takes place in Louisiana? Question mark. But nobody has any type of Southern accent, let alone Creole accent or
Right.
Cajun, not Creole, Cajun accent. Like it's kind of weird. Like everybody has a non-regional,
Yeah.
and we're supposed to be happening in a swamp.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Plus, it doesn't really look like that's the kind of area it's at either. Like where the school
Right.
is and everything. It just seems like, yeah,
And the only place that looks like it's in the bayou is the old creepy mansion. And
yeah, it's true.
it's like, okay, whatever.
There was a. You didn't give that guy enough credit though. The pilot, he was
Hmm.
giving a hell of a performance. He was
Oh.
like, he's freaking out. He was like, I got a dead body in the back and all these things, and I'm supposed to be like, okay, I'm calm. And the guy's like, hey man, you're doing a good job. And he's like, you're right. I love my job.
This movie had some pretty fun lines, but like it's
Dracula
just
knocks
so,
him the fuck out though.
yeah, he beat the fuck out of it. He took that man out.
He doesn't even hit him. He like karate chops him in the face, and he just goes
That's,
down.
that's why I said surprisingly physical because you don't usually see Dracula getting
Yeah,
like throwing hands. You know what I mean? Like holy shit!
no, not at all.
Ooh, he's going to catch these hands.
That's a chop.
Clothesline, drop down, float over. We're going to do the international. Cut to the rude ass boys in their sick ass treehouse, quizzing Rudy as to his knowledge of monsters.
That is
They
a sick ass
discuss-
treehouse.
It is a sick fucking treehouse, dude. I was jelly belly
It
about
was
this
fucking
treehouse.
dope.
God damn. They discuss the various ways to kill a werewolf, of which no one can name more than one.
Boo.
Rudy, out the window, creeps on somebody's sister, and Sean and his little sister are summoned to dinner by their mom. In the house, Sean receives a gift from Mom, the Journal of Van Helsing himself, which is written in German, which Van Helsing is a Dutch person.
Oh.
So, like, Dutch and German, not the same language, pal. You know what I mean? Like, Van Helsing is a name, like, the Netherlands, like, name. You know what I mean? Like, Van is definitely a Dutch name.
I got you.
I don't know if the writers just didn't understand the difference between Germany and the Netherlands, or that the Deutsch language is German and not Dutch. I'm not sure.
It probably was just one of those things where they just quickly assumed that Van Helsing is German.
Also, I'd be very interested to know if this movie, having the magical text of the ritual in a non-Latin language, I wonder if that's like the first time that happened, because usually you'll see it in Latin.
Right.
All these spells are always written in Latin or some arcane language that nobody remembers. You know,
Right.
could be written in Zoroastrian or whatever. Elsewhere, Klingon. Spells are better than the original Klingon. Elsewhere, lightning flashes and Vlad rocks up in a sick ass car. This car is fucking sick. Somewhere in Canada, Mervyn Dingle is getting hard on at this fucking hearse, baby. I'm like, oh my god, this hearse has a silver skull on it. Like, let's go.
Hell yeah.
Did you get that reference?
No.
That's your boy, Big Wolf on Campus.
Oh shit, that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mervyn
Oh,
Dingle.
shit.
He drove around in a hearse. That was seeing that, like sneak watching that when my mom was taking my sister to school, made me always want to drive around in a hearse.
Yes, dude. Oh my god, I love that show so fucking much. I didn't even want to be the werewolf. I just wanted to be a werewolf's best friend.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So this summer we took my nephew to a horror craft fair.
Yeah.
And it was a hearse drive-in, and all these people from all around, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Pennsylvania drove their like specialty hearses in.
That's rad.
and like you could go and see all the different kinds of hearses, and there was like a surf band playing, and there was like tons and tons and tons of like horror merch and shit. It was rad as hell.
That sounds fucking awesome.
This just makes me so happy because I like a hearse, you know.
Hell yeah, man.
Um, and Vlad, whom I refer to as Drac, I don't know why it changed in the middle of the script, but he's Vlad now. He'll be Drac later. I'm not sure. He says, "Let it begin." And okay, sure, let it begin, Swamp Boy. At home.
Don't you do that before you start stuff?
That's what I say before I go to the bathroom. Let it begin.
I say that before I eat. Let it begin.
Good God, good eat. Good God, good meat. Good God, good meat.
Yeah, Dracula's Italian, right?
Good food, good meat.
I'm gonna suck your blood. Come over here.
Anybody in Italy listening, please don't hate us.
We know that they do. Why do we do that? We know that they do.
Because I can't do a Belgian accent.
Let's just try and just, alienate all of our listeners.
You could just do a French accent because dumb Americans can't tell the difference between Belgians and French people.
There you go. Now we've insulted ourselves. We hate ourselves, guys, not you.
Yeah. Hey, there's nobody that can hate us more than we hate America right now. So we're all in the same boat. At home, Sean's desperately trying to convince his dad to let him go see a slasher movie. Dad may have said yes at another time, but tonight, no, because him and Mom are going to their marriage counseling. And Sean needs to watch Vicky. When Dad's cop partner calls about a crime scene that needs investigating, he has to leave, further straining his relationship with Sean's mom. Which, like, she was very upset that he was choosing work over their relationship, which, like, when you're a cop, like, when you're a detective, you kind of have to go to crime scenes in the middle of the night. It's just the way it is. But, like, I actually didn't get the feeling that he was choosing his job over them, because as soon as he's done later, he comes to see Sean.
Yeah.
Like, he comes straight home. Like, maybe her problem is that, like, he just hanging out with this kid instead of, like, saying hi to her.
Yeah,
After that lady, I'm going to go hang out with my son on the roof.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering the same thing, because at that time, it did kind of feel like he had no choice to go, so I didn't understand why she was being upset with him. So I just was assuming other shit had to have happened before this or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cut to a police station where a guy named Larry is saying, "Lock me up because I'm a werewolf." That's when the man becomes a beast with a wolfbane blues, by the way, in case you didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Larry, who is not actually the character's name, but it is. If you know, you know. Grabs a cop's gun, and oh boy, there is truth to this art. There is truth to this art as he proceeds to fire the weapon into the ceiling, and the cops cop Copley as they gun him down where he stands.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, across town, Dad and his partner are investigating the disappearance of a 2,000-year-old mummy. To which Dad says, "Well, bud, a 2,000-year-old mummy just doesn't get up and walk around." Smash cut to a 2,000-year-old mummy, in fact, getting up and walking around.
Dude, that other cop, his partner, is such a dick.
Yeah, he's a dickhead.
Dude, I don't know why. Like, they're talking to that security guard, like the security guard, like, burned the fucking thing to, like, they're just like, "So you don't know where he went. You're telling me that he could turn around and it just walked away. Well, where is it then?" He's like freaking out on this guy. And it's like, do you have a like personal gain in this fucking like mummy that's gone missing, dude? Like, or did this guy like slap your mother? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, there's something that happens later when he is like actively laughing like it's a joke. When they have real actual credible evidence that there are monsters, and he is like laughing at the top of his lungs thinking this is all a joke. He's like, "Dude, don't be a fucking prick."
Well, you know what happens in the end with him anyway.
The mummy staggers and lurches its way across town as the ambulance carrying the dead Larry the werewolf cruises by under a full moon. The corpse wakes up and transforms into a Bet you can't guess. Wait, Donovan, 3 guesses. What is this corpse transformed?
Frog, zebra, jackalope.
Wrong. It is, in fact, a werewolf. He kills the driver and scampers off into a night cast in the ethereal silver-white light of the most gibbous of moons. At night, Sean sneak watches the movie at the drive-in from his roof at the house with binoculars, which is actually kind of both shitty and pretty cool.
Yeah.
When his dad shows up and they chow down on some BK. Because this movie had some Burger King ad placement, hardcore.
Did it really?
Oh yeah, they drive past a Burger King in the town center. They're eating Burger King food in this scene, and I think another one.
Oh, I thought you meant like they had a partnership thing, like they had a bunch of like shit at the store for like at the restaurants for the movie.
They
or something.
may have.
Yeah, probably.
But they certainly did product placement. They probably got money from Burger King for this. Old school Burger King with the brown and orange lines on the packaging.
Hell yeah.
Elsewhere in the town, the monsters begin to converge as your boy Vlad exhibits the power of telekinesis, which is not traditionally associated with vampires, I don't think, levitating the crate of Frankenstein's monster out of the wetland. And now our creatures have converged. A wolfman, a mummy, a gill man, Dracula, and finally, the creature himself, brought back to life by the lightning of an approaching storm. And these monsters look incredible, especially the gill man. I think the werewolf's a little silly looking, but that gill man costume looks amazing.
Is this one all... Go ahead, sorry.
He's got the big floppy fish mouth with the tiny skinny teeth. He's got gills running down his back. He looks incredible.
Yeah, it's fucking rad. Is this the part where they're all standing together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the mummy's like, even the mummy, like, because sometimes a mummy looks like, that's cheesy. The mummy was like doing a great job here, like looking around and like.
Yeah, the mummy was. Whoever the actors in these suits were did a terrific job. Like they really worked their asses off to, to be different creatures. At home, Sean's mom and dad are having a fight when Sean sees a note on the fridge saying that a Mr. Alucard called about Van Helsing's notebook. And not being a dummy, Sean works out that Alucard is, in fact, goblin spelled backwards. Oh, sorry, wrong movie. Elsewhere, a little kid who he hadn't met yet, but apparently is with us for the rest of the movie, wearing a sick-ass Robotech t-shirt. I'm like getting some mad envy. I'm like, oh, I need that shirt, dude. This kid, who we later learn's name is Eugene, tells his dad there's a monster in his closet. When his dad is an asshole, because everyone in this town is an asshole, mocks him. He mocks his son. The kid sees the whole ass mummy just standing in his closet. And his dad, of course, doesn't believe him. The mummy is staying out of sight. The kid's room is 80s out to the max. There's a Robotech poster. There's a Punisher poster on the wall. He's got all this rad shit. But if we're going to be honest, this kid in real time is probably some shitty gatekeeper online now crying about why there are too many women and people of color in movies or some shit. You know,
definitely didn't like the Ghostbusters reboot.
Right. He's like, the Force Awakens is just woke propaganda. I want to read Punisher comics at 5 years old and completely understand the themes.
I'm definitely going to become a cop that gets a tattoo of the Punisher and not understand the irony of it at all.
One of those like lunatics from back in I don't know if you remember this, but like back in the day when like the anti-woke shit, before woke was like the word that the right used, like anti-PC stuff first kicked off with comic books. Like there were these fucking lunatics online who would like take Bowie knives and stab them through comic books written by women. Like I believe the big one that I saw was when they changed Captain Marvel's uniform from being like a very skimpy leotard to being like a full body suit
Yeah.
for when Kelly Sue DeConnick's big run on Captain Marvel, which is a great run of comics, by the way.
Yeah.
Some guy was standing there, and then when they changed Batgirl's costume as well, there was a guy with this giant fucking army Bowie knife. He's shoving it through the comics, saying, "They've killed my properties."
Oh
Like,
my God.
Maybe you should close your head in the door because fuck yourself. Over in the tree.
Gnarly, dude. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah,
That's
dude, these guys are
psychotic.
fucking crazy out here. Like, oh no, maybe the woman writing this woman character doesn't want to write a character whose butt is hanging out all the time.
Right.
I mean,
Absolutely.
if she did, that's fine. That's up to her. Whatever. But like, no, it's just gross.
Looks like most of those
Cool.
designs were done by who?
Old nasty men's.
Exactly.
I just want to draw a butt.
I think that the human anatomy will let a lady bend over this way. Her spine can totally contort this way.
Everyone's butt and boobs are out all the time. Everybody has scoliosis.
You can see them both at the same time.
Over in the treehouse, Sean names the club the Monster Squad. Dun, dun, dun.
They said the thing. They did the thing.
They did the thing. He outlines his suspicions about monsters being real in their town after overhearing his dad talk about the weird occurrences that night. The fellowship is formed, and all hands are in, including Pete the dog, as they set off to see if the scary German guy can translate Van Helsing's journal.
Yeah, you know, well, I hope that they hold that dog accountable now that he's also avowed. Because if that dog runs away at anything, he sees he's a fucking bitch.
Over at Vlad's antebellum plantation mansion in the bayou, somehow, the suck boy descends a hidden passageway.
Don't like
Suck
that
boy.
one.
You don't like
that
suck
one.
boy?
Don't like
You don't
that
like
one.
suck boy? Okay. Over at Vlad's antebellum plantation mansion in the bayou, the Transylvanian Terror. See, suck boy is funny. Transylvanian Terror is alliteration, and alliteration is a crime against the English
Fine.
language.
Let it fly, Zach. Let it fly.
He goes down.
That doesn't
A
make it
hidden
better.
passageway.
That doesn't make it better.
The suck boy goes out. Oh my god, you're sick. You're a sick man.
I see the forest for the trees is what I am. I'm the Lorex.
He goes down a hidden passageway into the dungeons below a house, which is presumably where, I don't know, slaves were kept in
Oh,
the plantation
no.
house. But
Probably.
if this house is built in a bayou, which it's specifically coded to be in a bayou because you see like trees with Spanish moss hanging off of them. So like that's like bayou coded, and it's a plantation house, so whatever. Why would it have a subterranean space? Like famously in Louisiana, specifically in New Orleans, there are graveyards that are built above ground because you can't bury anybody
Yeah.
there. So whose idea was this? Why is it in Louisiana? Like, what the fuck are you doing? This makes no sense.
Now there's no truth to this art.
Also, this is where I was like, oh, this is the first time we see a swamp or
Yeah.
a wetland of any kind. And this brings to mind, if this is happening in Louisiana or northwestern Florida or southern Mississippi, why doesn't anybody have a southern accent? That's called southern erasure, first of all.
Right.
I feel like representation matters, and if you're going to have your shit set in the South, let people be Southern. There's no reason that Southern people with Southern accents can't fight monsters. You know what I mean? Dean Winchester sounds like he's from Texas, because Jensen Ackles is from Texas. It's Sam Winchester sounds like he's from Michigan. And they're supposed to be brothers. That's fine. Whatever.
It's very
But
true.
it's Southern. It's fine.
Do you think that the only reason that they made it the South was because of the wetlands would make it easier for the gill man to get around?
Maybe, probably, yeah. Because, like, let's be honest. the creature from the Black Lagoon is not your most, useful monster.
You're
The whole,
right.
like, needing to be around water thing kind of hurts it.
I'm landlocked. What am I supposed to do?
Dracula opens one of the cells in the dungeon and addresses the monster inside as an old friend. Which, hey pal, I don't keep my friends in cells. So are you sure you're doing the whole band of evil guys thing right?
Yeah.
Vlad asks Victor Frankenstein's unnamed son to track down the diary of Abraham Van Helsing.
The what?
Saying, the what?
I thought you were about to say the vibrator of Abraham Van Helsing.
Oh no! God.
It was like, what are we talking about,
Yeesh.
Jack?
Ooh, 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 ooh. You just see Peter Cushing over in the corner. Yeah.
Sweating and
Woo.
sweating and
What is that sound? Don't ask. Don't ask.
it's
It's
pleasure.
a surprise. Pure pleasure.
It's the sound of pleasure.
He tells the monster to track down the diary of Abraham Van Helsing, saying he knows that the kids have it, and the creature, not the creature from the Black Lagoon, the creature that no one has a name for, that stupid Victor didn't give his son a name, and that was the whole problem. Name your kids. If you're gonna create life, name your kids. Come on.
Even if it's a boy named Sue, give him a name. Give him a name.
Yeah. Or a girlfriend. Or somebody to talk to. Don't abandon your child after you sewed them together out of corpses, sir. That's very rude.
Yes, very rude indeed.
He said if the kids do have it, the monster should take it from them. But if they refuse to give it to the monster, he should kill them outright. And this monster looks terrific. This is a really, really nice rendition of Frankenstein's monster. And there's a really great bit here where he never says yes to his master for killing the children.
Right.
And I like that a lot because we all know the monster's not really monstrous. He's monstrous in aspect, but not in practice. And well, he is in the book. He kind of does some monstrous shit in the book, but Victor's still the bad guy.
Yeah, right. No. He's just learning. He's not really bad if he doesn't know, is he?
Yeah, it's like a child.
Right.
Vicky, the little sister, is playing out by the pond, swamp, bog.
And the second you saw this, weren't you like, uh-oh?
Oh, yeah. And it's a pretty accurate tribute to James Whale's masterpiece. When I see a shadow approach, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, but I was like, no.
No, Vicky, no. Because Vicky's already this adorable little kid. You never want these adorable little kids. She's like the only redeemable child in this movie because she's not old enough to be bad yet.
Yeah, right. And she was the one that was just trying to be part of the group. Like all the movies, she's just like, Mom says you gotta let me be part of it. And they're basically like, fuck off, Vicky.
It's like, you guys suck, dude. You guys just fucking suck.
I don't even know I want to be around you.
But no, we do not see Vicky get tossed into the pond like the little girl from 1931.
Thankfully.
The boys go to the German man's house, who does not receive a name, and I'm way too polite to call him Fritz for the rest of the movie. But he's actually cool and offers them pie, albeit very creepily. And again, we wonder if the writers of this film didn't know the difference between Germany and the Netherlands, because when he offers them pie, the camera is tilted at a crazy angle. See, that's why I like hanging out with you, Don. You understood what the fuck I was talking about.
The Dutch tilt.
But I'm German. Oh, God, have you ever seen the show Hell on Wheels?
Oh, I started watching it. I'm not a big fan of Common. I feel like his acting's not great.
Oh, dude, he has some shit later in that show that's like, what the fuck?
Really?
He gets mauled by a bear and forgets who he is. It's crazy. But
Really?
in Hell on Wheels, the villain, everybody calls him the Swede.
Really?
But he's a Norwegian man. And everybody's like, oh, fuck the Swede. And he goes, but I'm from Norway. That's very funny.
But I'm not Swedish.
Yeah, he's like, but I'm from Norway. And I'm pretty sure that his entire reign of terror throughout that entire show is just because these assholes said he was Swedish. In fact, he is from Norway.
And he just took it out on them because they don't know the fucking difference.
Oh yeah, and he's an evil villain too. It's like, oh god, he's doing some crazy shit.
I'll check that show out. I like period pieces and stuff, but like I said,
It's
Common's just like like I feel like he's a one note dude.
yeah. Well, I mean, don't even worry about Common because like he does. I think he does a great job in that. I think he's pretty good. Actually, not pretty good. I think they gave him some emotional shit to do, and he did it really,
All right.
really well. But the other performances are also equally terrific. Chief O'Brien is in there. Anson Mount is there, who also has a Star
Oh,
Trek
nice.
connection. So,
Yeah.
But it's one of those shows that's like immediately post or during the Breaking Bad boom.
Yeah.
So everybody is gray. Everybody has gray morality, and it's just like I want a hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
The German guy in the movie we're actually watching, who have not been named, and I don't believe he receives a name through the entire film, sits across from the boys, with Horace accepting a second slice of pie because, well, don't you get it yet? He's fat. And that's funny. Because fat. Because he's fat.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Just, that's not,
yeah.
I don't know. And it makes me think that maybe the kids aren't just bad kids. The writers are just shitty people.
Yeah, it's
You
very
know, like-
possible.
Yeah, give me another slice of pie because you're fat. Fuck. Like, oh my God.
That's
You're a
funny
bad
if we
man.
read it that way, isn't it? If we just keep saying that the fat kid wants more food.
And behind Mr. German, we can see that we can, in fact, defend watching this movie this time of year. And it is a holiday movie because the German guy has his menorah out on the table behind him. And why would his menorah be out if it was not Hanukkah season? So, holiday movie.
Holiday movie. Pam, 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 pam.
Also, if anybody's listening to this and it's after the 14th of December in 2025, happy Hanukkah.
Yes,
Or-
indeed.
All our friends who are Jewish, happy Hanukkah. Mr. German reads from Van Helsing's diary, which in Bram Stoker's novel, any journal entries or letters from the Dutch doctor are written in English. So I don't know why this part is in Dutch, but Mr. German reads the notes from Van Helsing, detailing an amulet that helps balance the forces of good and evil, which requires maintenance every 100 years. The amulet, it seems, is pure concentrated goodness, but on that pivotal 100-year mark, the indestructible amulet of good can be destroyed, leaving evil to rule the earth. But Van Helsing goes on to say that there's a ceremony that can open a vortex into limbo, and evil can be thrown out into limbo for good. Well, not for good, but for good. With finality, I guess. It's just like English is a shitty language.
Right.
And I bet you couldn't guess when 100 years from Van Helsing's attempt to open limbo was.
Oh,
It's
what is it?
it's
it
tomorrow night.
Oh, that is convenient.
Odd convenience.
That's ridiculous, man. And you also got to think about it. Whoever made that fucking amulet, dude, were they just like, when they finally, they're like, yep, this is a good job, well done. But BT Dubs, in about 100 years, it's not gonna work real well.
Every 100 years, we're going to build a self-destruct mechanism that you have to on purpose avert. Like, what?
Why'd you
Who's
work?
letting these people use magic? Why is there no regulating body?
Why did you
You're all
work that
idiots.
into there?
It sounds so stupid. All these artifacts, all these magical artifacts have the same shit. Why is there a trick? Why is there a trick to making it not work?
Ridiculous. It's like
Re-
it's like you want an evil guy to come and take advantage of it. Do you even care about our humanity? Doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like it.
The boys leave the still unnamed German man's house, and he stops them, saying he bet they thought he was some kind of monster or vampire, but nope, he has a reflection. So, can't be a vampire. When Horace says that, oh, gee, mister, you must know a lot about monsters, we then get a reference to the German guy being a Holocaust survivor, saying yes, he's quite familiar with monsters, as he shuts the door with his wrist exposing the tattoo that the Nazi regime put there. Which I don't know why that is in there.
Yeah.
Why does a Holocaust survivor have any bearing on fighting these monsters? It's not the same kind of monster. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get it. I get it to a degree, but like it was very much out of left field in this movie. And like it's
Right.
been silly and weird so far, and like people are dropping the F-bomb and out of nowhere to just be like, and this guy was also in this. It just was felt like it was a little weird.
Yeah. It was a really good moment. It was a very poignant moment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you know, it could have. There could have been another moral lesson in here of like, hey, you guys are acting like assholes, and you know what happens when people act like assholes for long enough? It gets normalized, and then everybody thinks that it's okay to do unspeakable shit.
Right. Absolutely.
Which maybe if they'd had this conversation, people wouldn't be doing unspeakable shit. Because these kids now, if we age it up, if this was in the real world, they're maybe in their 50s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They voted for some of this shit. You know what I mean? As the boys head back to the Monster Squad headquarters, they discuss their plan, saying they need to procure a virgin, blow a hole into limbo, and toss Vlad and company into the vortex of doom. They go see Rudy, who does a spit take when the younger boys ask him if he knows any virgins. Which is like, okay, why is that funny? I'm not sure.
Because Rudy is gross.
And we know Rudy is a virgin because they very, very specifically code that Rudy could have read the ritual the entire time, which I think is a very understated joke here. Back at the treehouse, Vicky really needs to get the boys' attention, and finally having to resort to savage, mouth-based violence reveals her new friend, the original sad boy himself, Victor Frankenstein's nameless son. The boys are suitably freaked out by the corpse creature, running to hide, but Vicky, the most adorable child alive, introduces the boys to the creature. The guy playing the monster is really, really good here. And as they interact, the monster learns new phrases and tests out slang terms that he's learning in his new vocabulary. The boys rightly assert that he is an adult in their clubhouse and they should probably tell somebody. Which, yeah, yikes. But Sean, being the wise and not shitty child he is, says no adults, which is, fuck you, Sean.
Yeah, not cool, bro.
When the creature finds one of those old school shitty flimsy masks of himself, which I'm sure somebody out there watching this would get such nostalgia for those thin, flimsy masks.
Yeah.
He gets emotional, punching the hideous visage, then touching his own face, asking the kids if he's scary.
No.
And then smash cut to them walking away in silhouette, a golden sun illuminating the only time this little troop of shitbirds have been nice this entire movie, as they all give the creature what he had been missing this entire time, a weird little family. And this is a great shot. They're walking in silhouette off into the sunset, and Vicky's holding the monster's hand. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I'm not crying, you're crying.
No, it's beautiful. I freaking love that moment. It's really nice to see things like that in a movie where the kids are just being giant buttholes.
And they're like, it's so sweet. I'm like, oh, why didn't we get more of this? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Elsewhere in the swamp, Super Friend sound. That old rapscallion Vlad's psychosis has escalated dramatically as he creeps around the dungeon below the plantation house, chattering and mumbling to himself about returning to him what was lost, blah blah, evil mastermind stuff, as the transformed Larry putters along behind him attentively. Calm down, Dracula, you creep. Without any backstory or research montage, how does Dracula know about this house? Who buried the amulet here? Was it people who survived the last centennial cosmic balancing? We don't get any kind of world building as to why this stuff is here or why he knows it's here. Dracula notices something, somehow, inexplicably, and takes a hammer and smashes the fucking wall. There's a hole now.
Hell yeah.
But behind the wall The magical glimmering of arcane energies catches Dracula's eye, and the amulet is revealed. Finally, the forces of darkness will rule the world, and no one can stop them. Finally, the forces of darkness will rule the world, and no one can stop them.
Except for Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Except for Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And
Or
that's-
Fox Mulder. Or Dean Winchester.
Oh shit, there we go. That's the crossover we need right there.
Or the door just bangs in and you hear, "Hey, pal." And he looks over, he just gets blasted by Hellboy. Boom.
Oh shit. I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
fucking Ash from the Evil Dead.
Ash from Evil, yeah. Groovy.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey, numbnuts.
Finally, the forces of darkness will rule the world, and no one can stop them. Cut to the only people on Earth that can indeed stop them, as the kids go about their day to a plucky classic 80s montage, complete with bike riding, school time, the abuse of school property to make steaks, a game of dress up the walking corpse, wearing Confederate infantry uniform items, okay, more abuse of school property to make name tags, making bullets in shop class. What the fuck? Okay, 1980s, go home, you're drunk. Full-on theft of property and planning montage. There's also a bit where they find a picture and everybody wants to see the picture and the monster is looking at the picture. And what's going on with this picture, you guys? We're going to find out later that, yeah, these are not protagonists. Holy fucking shit. Fuck this movie. But this montage is rad. And this is like your classic 80s montage. And the song is cool as hell, dude. Like, I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
oh, that's getting added to my playlist.
You love a good montage.
Oh, yeah. Rock until your feet fall off. Back at Dracula's emporium of chills, thrills, and arcane curiosities, we see that the reflectionless Transylvanian and has poor Larry all tied up, dosed with a huge amount of sedatives, right in front of the window, looking out onto where the full moon is, so he can't resist the transformation. Dracula pops off for a bite, showing a closet full of a trio of brand new vampire brides. Because, you know, them Transylvanian nobles were hip to polyamory before some hipster came up with a fancy name.
Hell yeah. Like the real deal shit.
Just everybody's cool. There's
Yeah.
3 brides. There's 1 Drac. It's fine.
Yeah, we're equals. We're in this together.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with
No.
that, baby. As
Love
long
is
as everybody is cool and nobody's being
Yeah.
coerced. That's
Yep.
all we're worried about.
consenting love in between adults is that
Mhm.
is that in of itself wonderful.
Yeah. At the police station, Sean's dad's partner tells him about a mysterious hearse with a skull hood ornament spotted at the scene of the crime, spotted at the scene of the ambulance crash where Larry's body went missing. They have sarcastic, hard-boiled cop banter until the phone rings. It's Larry, now escaped from Dracula's place, in full Soylent Green unhinged warning mode, shouting the address to the plantation house, demanding the cops do something. Which, sorry, bud, I don't think that's actually their job to actually do anything.
No.
You got to call them boys in Kansas for that sort of thing. Sean's dad is about to hang up the phone when Larry does his Bastian Holm impression and pukes milk all over the place, and his transformation begins anew. Screaming that Dracula is going to kill Cop Dad's kids as he falls away out of frame, his flesh beginning to shift and rearrange as the bones beneath elongate and stretch. The Wolfman's back. Don't call it a curse. The Wolfman bursts free of the phone booth and races off into the night, fleeing from the most old school looking gas station I've ever seen.
True.
This is like, was this gas station stuck in like 1940s? Like,
Right.
this is crazy.
Did you realize that have you seen Napoleon Dynamite?
No.
All
Oh
right,
yes, I've seen Napoleon Dynamite, but I think I blocked it out because I did not.
Do you remember the character Uncle Rico?
No, I didn't.
All right, well that's the guy that plays the werewolf in this.
Oh,
So,
cool.
Yeah, he's really funny. There's a part where he throws a steak and hits Napoleon in the face with it. So that's all I keep thinking it's throughout this movie. Every time he would come on the screen where he talks to Kip, he's like, "Hey, you want to see if I hit your brother in the face with this steak?" Every time Wolfman's on screen yelling, I just imagine that shit. It was cracking me up, dude.
And Larry was actually pretty clever about avoiding Dracula because Dracula had to go to sleep because it was about to be daytime, right? And he spit the pills out that Dracula gave him, and he wiggled out of the ropes. So that's how he escaped. I just didn't write that part down for some reason, which is a pretty clever way to do it. Back with the squad, Sean gets on the walkie-talkie with Patrick, who's waiting for his sister to come back from a date, presumably to use her as the virginal element of the ritual, while Rudy creeps on her. Over by the water, Pete the dog, the only true baby face in this entire movie other than the monster, knocks Eugene's Twinkie out of his hand. When Eugene reaches for it, the whole ass Gilman jump scares him and drags the preservative-laden snack cake to the turgid depths of the swamp, bog, whatever.
I knew it was coming, but it still shocked me.
Yeah.
I was like, no, not monsters in the water.
Gilman jump scare. This movie brought something up in my brain that I didn't think about for years. You know, we talk a lot about crazy shit my dad said that like didn't make a lot of sense. So we learned in school that certain places are called wetlands. You know, you have a wetland, you have a swamp, you have a bog. They're actually different geographical features.
Right.
My dad was convinced that they were trying to teach kids to say things were wetlands because they wanted to change the vocabulary from swamp because they're trying to shift language to be less harsh. I don't know where he got some of this stuff, but like you don't say the word swamp because you don't want kids to have harsh language and you want to smooth out everything to make it more nice and polite. No, they're literally different geographical features. A bog is a bog, and a swamp is a swamp, and a wetland is a wetland.
Right.
Go home. What are you doing? Who are you listening to on the radio? Oh no, my father's a psychopath.
That'd be really interesting to learn where he got that from. Holy cow!
I have no idea what he was listening to. I have no idea what like preachers he was going to like sermons of or who he was talking to. But like I remember that coming out of his mouth. They don't want you to say swamp because swamp's a harsh word and they want to calm vocabulary down to make everything more soft. Like, what the fuck are you saying, dude?
Like, does he think that the S's are more harsh sounding on the ear or something?
Oh, no, like if you say a wetland is so like the idea is a swamp is a swamp. You know, it's a bad, gross thing. It's you know, the idea of like just calming the language down. Like we call it a wetland. I assume that's probably some crazy John Birch Society
so weird
type
to me.
Cultural Marxism thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that just sounds
Somebody
weird,
just imagine that's the manipulation of language to remove whatever.
I've never even thought about how one word could just sound more like socially appropriate than the other. I guess that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, which it doesn't because a swamp is a swamp. A bayou is a bayou.
What you're saying
is a wetland.
What you're saying is I'm trying to make sense of it, but it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. With its paranoid delusion. Cut to the no good, dirty, rotten shitheels we're supposed to take as our protagonists, not only trying to publicly shame Patrick's sister into revealing the status of her virginity, but then proceed to threaten her with exposing either a nude picture or revealing photo of her to the whole school. Fuck these kids. Like, that's not a babyface shit. They're like, they show her a picture and she's like, you wouldn't. And her own brother is sitting across the table from her. And he's like, we would. You have to help us.
So that's the picture that they found earlier? Is that what you're saying? It
must have been a picture of her taking her, like, changing clothes from, they took a picture from the window. I don't know where it came from.
No, I'm saying, do you think that's the picture that they were looking at earlier where they were like, oh.
That's what I assumed it was.
Yeah.
Like, this actually made me angry. This was some Revenge of the Nerds level bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, that's evil.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's
Revenge
horrible.
of the Nerds, though, is like next level fucking.
Yeah, that's actual rape.
Yeah, that's
but, like,
not.
Yeah,
that's
these are
crazy.
kids, but at the same time, like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the mansion, Horace gets picked on by his friend Sean, who won't even call him by his actual name.
Yeah.
They just refer to him as the fat kid. Horace, though, is clearly scared and is resisting entering the mansion, but gets harangued into it by his rude-ass friends. Sean, Horace, and Eugene enter the decrepit mansion, the monster close on their heels. When the monster enters the house, Dracula hits a cartoonish TNT plunger, blowing up a booby trap, burying the monster in debris.
How much fucking TNT does Dracula have in this movie?
He's Dynamitula. Like, come on, dude.
I was like, it didn't even register how much TNT he uses.
Somewhere, Bram Stoker in his grave is like, I should have thought of that. He just throwing fucking bombs, dude. Dracula's got, you get a dynamite. You get a dynamite.
Shane Black really loved the Looney Tunes.
It's straight up a Daffy Duck TNT plunger.
Absolutely.
It's like so silly. The monster gets covered in debris. Eugene and Horace race to his aid, calling his name, or lack thereof, trying to dig out their new friend, but failing horribly. Sean, chiefest and most terrible of all dickheads, pulls rank on the other boys, saying he's in charge of the squad, damn it, so buck up and let's get moving to find the amulet. And leave our friend buried in this debris. Fuck these kids, man.
Yeah, that's not cool, dude.
Again, this movie would be awesome if these kids weren't so bad.
Right. No, I agree with you.
How can we help him? We can't get him out of there, you know. And he's like, what if he's dead? He goes, if he died to help us. Okay, Sean.
Imagine being in that friend group and then you get stuck under there and you're like, oh, it's all good. My friends will help me. Then you hear them say something like that. If he died to help us. Like, what the fuck? No, I didn't. He's definitely, that's not him. He's definitely dead. No, don't listen to that. Let's go.
Moving on. He just, you guys.
I fucking hear you. I fucking hear you out there.
Sean, I hope you get cancer in your butt. Ooh, wolf scared. Oh, boo, Wolfman jump scare. Ooh, spookular. The Wolfman lunges toward Horace. To which Sean says, kick him in the nards. And somewhere a bunch of kids thought this was the funniest line ever. And Horace says he doesn't think the Wolfman has nards. And he then kicks said Wolfman and discovers that Wolfman, in fact, does have nards, which I guess is part of this movie's enduring legacy. It's one of the things that people remember hugely about this movie. Yep. In fact, there's a documentary about the making of the film and the cult classic status of the movie called Wolfman's Got Nards, which is, okay, these are 12-year-olds, so okay.
I even knew that line before I saw this.
Yeah, that's what, and like anytime you hear somebody talk about Monster Squad, they always go, Wolfman's got nards. I'm like, But why wouldn't, oh, never mind. I don't want to get, like, it's a mammal.
Leave his nards alone.
Male mammals have nards. It's a thing. Wolfman or not. But the boys try to run. They get cut off by the 3 brides of Dracula. Then Dracula himself. Then attacked by the extremely quickly recovered Wolfman. In their desperation, we get a Hardy Boys reference, which I can confirm 9 times out of 10 works when Frank and Joe do it. He says, just push on something and there will be a secret passage. Like, yeah, about 9 out of 10 Hardy Boys, they get a cool secret passage.
Yep.
Maybe 9, not 9 out of 10, but it's definitely a Hardy Boys thing. Sean pulls a Confederate statue's arm, and a trapdoor opens to the dungeons below the house. The boys tumble down and do the world's shittiest and shortest dungeon crawl as Sean just rocks up and grabs the magic amulet. Like, there's no booby traps. There's no, like, finding your way through the dark. There's like, oh, hey, there it is. Ooh, it's ours now.
It's almost like someone lit a trail right to it.
As he turns and tries to run, Dracula grabs him, and the vampire lord shakes him violently, demanding he return the amulet.
Basically turns him upside down and shakes him by the ankle. Give it to me, you little shit!
Every last bit. Give me all your lunch money. I'm drinking your milk.
I drink your milkshake.
Thinking fast, Horace, never one to be without a snack, opens up a piece of leftover pizza, and gives the dragster a sweet, sweet garlic sizzle right in the face. Shocked and wounded, as I believe even a vanilla human would be by the sheer volume of garlic on the pizza, Dracula releases Sean, allowing the boys to run away. And run they do, and Vicky arrives with Mr. German and the other kids. To which Horace says, which this was actually a very, very funny line. He says, "It's the cavalry, thank Christ." Like, there had to be a hell of a lot of garlic on that pizza, dude. I'm like, oh my God.
That shit was spicy.
The group confers quickly, and they decide to run to a church in the town square to do the ritual. And it's now 20 minutes to midnight. At the police station, we see maybe why these kids suck so bad, as Sean's dad's cop partner is extremely rude and sarcastic as they mount up and go find the kids. Which, this guy told him on the phone, this guy's going to try to kill your children. And Sean's dad's partner is like, I saw monsters. Like, they're like, people are in danger, dude.
Yep.
Like, come on.
It's the same guy that was berating the fucking security guard officer earlier, just freaking out on him.
Speaking of the kids, Mr. German's got everybody piled in his Jeep, and they're booking it as the mummy lurches out into the road. There's fun peril and action happens as the mummy climbs aboard the Jeep, dragging himself inexorably towards the kids, grabbing at Vicky and beginning to drag her off the back of the vehicle. The boys hold on to her, and the day is saved by the true babyface of the film, Pete the dog, as he pulls one of the wrappings from the mummy, giving Rudy an idea. Using the stolen bow and arrow from earlier, he ties the mummy's wrapping to the arrow and shoots it at a nearby tree. As the Jeep careens away down the street, the arrow hits, unwrapping the mummy as they drive, until nothing but dust and brittle bone clatters to the road as the Jeep peels away into the distance. Which I thought was very fun and clever.
Yes. Let me tell you
unwrap
something. Let me tell you something. If you got some mummy in your feature film or your TV show or any kind of media, and you don't have some kind of antics involving him getting unwrapped somehow, I don't want it. I don't want it. You throw it in the trash. I need to see my mummy getting unraveled. I need to see all those little bits of bone and dust. I need to see that. If I don't see it, you're not making a real mummy movie. You're a fucking poser.
I love a mummy.
Me too.
It's one of my favorite. I think, other than the monster, the mummy's like my favorite Universal monster.
See, I get lucky with that because the Invisible Man's my favorite, but he's like psychotic and crazy, but he also gets to unwrap like a mummy.
Yeah. The Invisible Man's great. I love the Invisible, but he's hilarious.
I know I didn't like him that much when I was a kid. I thought the movie was kind of boring, but now watching it as an adult, he's become my favorite. He's so maniacal, so great.
This guy's nuts. The whole world would be frightened of me. Yeah. Frightened to death.
Yeah.
Even the moon.
When he's like, "You think I'm crazy?" He's just unraveling himself. I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, let's go." But like, I like the Universal mummies. I like any bad mummy movie, like shitty, low budge, like Asylum mummies. I love the Hammer mummies. I love them.
I don't think I've ever seen any of those.
Dude, the first Hammer mummy is sick.
Really?
Like, he straight up just chokes the fuck out. He just lurches in and chokes the fuck out of people.
It's I gotta see it.
Yeah. Christopher Lee, I think, plays the mummy.
No way.
And Peter Cushing plays whoever the doctor is. Yeah.
What the fuck? I gotta see.
I think Christopher Lee plays the mummy. Yeah, Christopher Lee's the mummy, and he's Dracula's monster.
Yeah,
in the Curse of Dracula. Yeah, is Christopher Lee the mummy? Yeah, because I think it was a big deal that they got to work together on that movie.
1959.
It was his idea to get shot with a spear, because in the promotional artwork, there's a hole in the mummy's body. And he saw that, and that part wasn't in the script. But he's like, what if we actually make the promotional art make sense? And the mummy actually gets shot with a spear. So there's a point where the mummy's like fighting with people. He's got a spear sticking out of him. That was Christopher Lee's idea.
That's so cool. I barely knew anything about this movie.
Yeah, the Hammer mummies are great. The first.
Oh, his makeup is rad, dude.
In the Hammer mummy?
Yeah.
Or in Frankenstein?
No, the Hammer Mummy from 1959, right? British horror film. directed by Terrence Fisher.
That's
Yeah.
the one with Peter Cushing.
And Christopher Lee. I saved this for later. Sorry.
The the Scooby-Doo, the creeper, with the green face and like the double-breasted jacket.
Yeah.
Not the creeper. I think that is actually Frankenstein's monster in Scooby-Doo. But whatever Frankenstein's monster in Scooby-Doo is designed after the Christopher Lee Frankenstein,
Really?
instead of Karloff Frankenstein. Yeah.
I'm about to see
Like he has a double-breasted suit and like flared pants and like floppy hair. Christopher Lee's Frankenstein is creepy because he plays him so emotional.
I bet he does.
Karloff is the superior Frankenstein, though.
One Frankenstein that I saw that was pretty cool is like I saw on YouTube there was like a presentation of like a play that was done, and Benedict Cumberbatch played him, and it was like
Monster?
and it was one of the
Oh, cool.
craziest performances I've ever seen because he played him so weird,
Mm.
but like and childlike, and it was so cool. But like the makeup was really cool, and I'll see if I can send you it. You probably would like it. It's like very Shakespearean and stuff. It's really cool.
I like the monster.
Yeah.
Across town, Dad and his cop buddy tear off to find the kids at extreme speeds until they encounter Dracula's phantom hearse, which has alternating amounts of corporeality because Dracula stops at Sean's house. The hearse is now fully palpable as he rips the door off the back. He begins his new career as the mad bomber what bombs at midnight, a dynamite-happy undead ghoul who lights a bundle of TNT and just casually hucks it into the Monster Squad's treehouse and blows the fuck out of it. I'm like, damn, Dracula's got bombs. That's crazy.
Did you hear what he said when he blew it up and he walked away?
No, I didn't.
He said meeting adjourned.
And it's like a lot of explosion. Like this treehouse is gone.
It was fucking awesome. Meeting adjourned.
Dad and his partner rock up. Dad just hops out and draws down on the dynamiting Dracula, who lights yet another stick of dynamite and blows Sean's dad's partner away. Like completely just tosses it inside the squad car, blowing everything up. And it's just like, holy shit.
But it's really funny the scream that the officer does before it happens. It's like his dad and the partner make eye contact right before it does, and he goes, puts his hands up and goes. It's so cheesy.
Dad just starts blasting Dracula, emptying his entire revolver into the smirking form of the Suckboy. Dracula hits him with a look that makes 30 degrees below zero seem balmy, and declares in a voice simply dripping with menace, "I will have your son." I'm like, holy shit, it just got real. It's like his partner just got blowed up. Like, it was violent as hell.
Yeah, it was
like
pretty nuts.
Again, I'll assert, if these kids were lovable, this movie would be awesome.
Yep.
Sean's mom comes out of the house all this time after this huge explosion happened in their tree, very dazed, as if two violent explosions very close to her home is only mildly concerning, but she asks about Sean and Vicky. Dad runs into the house calling for the kids, but when they don't answer, he uses his walkie-talkie, desperately calling Sean's name until he hears his son's panicked voice, begging him to hurry to the town square. Which this was actually pretty urgent at this point. I was getting nice danger from this. Like, Sean, where are you? And it's his dad. It was really well done. I like the guy who played Sean's dad a lot. At the very beginning, he was giving me like Joe Pilato vibes. Okay. And I was going to be like, this is my monkey farm, Frankenstein. I want to know what you're doing with my time. But
speaking of the parents, though, have we mentioned that the mom is the mom from the Goonies?
Is it the same lady?
Yeah, it's the same mom.
Oh, wow.
So I wonder if when they were making this movie, she was like, if these kids were a lot like the ones in the Goonies, this would be a lot better movie.
Could you imagine what's Ke Huy Quan's character in the Goonies? Gizmo?
Data.
Electro? Data?
Data.
Can you imagine like Data and Chunk here instead of like Michael and Horace? Like,
yeah.
And they would have things to do. You know what I mean? Like, Data has a specific thing to do. That he is there to be the gadget guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sean Astin's character is there to be the endearing heart of the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Corey Feldman is the smartass, smartass. That's his whole job.
Right.
Like
exactly.
everybody has a role to do, and these kids really didn't have defined roles.
That's true.
It's almost midnight, and the wheels of fate and dire peril begin to spin ever faster as we reach our final confrontation in what may be the same set as the climax of Back to the Future. Because boy, that town square sure looks familiar.
Yeah.
You said it isn't, though, right?
No, it's from a lot of other stuff from Warner Brothers, like Friends and shit like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Friends is the thing I would think about when I thought of this
Yeah,
town
did you see
square.
the big fountain?
No. Is this the town square they used for WandaVision?
Let's see.
No, it's different. No.
I would doubt it but studios share their same set share. Studios share their set places all the time, like their studio lots.
Mm-hmm. The church door is locked. The church door is locked.
It was.
Necessitating...
Sorry,
it was the same one for WandaVision?
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt you, but yeah, it was the same set from WandaVision. Same park, same set lot.
I see. The church door is locked, necessitating doing the ritual outside. With a musical sting and one of those rainless thunderstorms you only get in movies, the three brides of Dracula suddenly appear, and Mr. German begins helping the kids with the ritual, which I don't think Michael's sister got a name at all. Did they say her name?
I don't think so.
It was like, okay, maybe the script is bad. Maybe this is just shitty because, like, the German guy doesn't get a name. His sister doesn't get a name. We didn't really know Eugene's name until somebody was yelling at him.
The sister's name is Virgin ?
Virgin? Hello, Virgin. How are you today? Rudy bravely approaches the brides, using the bow to launch the stakes, which doesn't seem like it would work that well, but whatever. Fuck physics. It's danger time. Rudy stakes two brides in quick succession. The dad screeches up in the station wagon as Big Sis tries unsuccessfully to read the German text of the ritual. Dad tells Sean to hit the deck, the boy barely avoiding the diving form of Bat Dracula, and Cop Dad fires in the general direction of children, which doesn't seem like, the best idea. But
sounds like police training to me.
just shoot.
Yeah.
Just shoot the children.
If you feel like you're in danger, just point and shoot.
Yeah, there you go. The desperate firing of the gun hits the bat, sending the beast smashing into a second-story window. Dad rushes into the building, charging up the stairs to finish the job. Dad stumbles to a halt, shock and disgust on his face at the grotesque scene before him. Dracula, grievously wounded, stuck mid-transformation, a twisted, nightmarish amalgam of bat and man, twitching and moaning in agony. As Dad produces another goddamn stick of dynamite that apparently everyone just has lying around the town, says a tough guy one-liner, not noticing the Wolfman being a sneaky Pete behind him. Dad lights the fuse, cocking back his arm to throw the dynamite at Dracula, when the Wolfman, nards and all, leaps on him from behind, bodying the cop pretty badly, tossing him around the room until he's unable to stand. The Wolfman looms over the prone Dad threateningly, until a voice cries out, "Hey, asshole!" And then the bit falls apart as Sean says something else, but is neither funny nor pithy. He says, "You looked," which is, okay, yeah, he did. You dumb shit. The preteen whacks the fuck out of the Wolfman with an improvised mace, war club, baseball bat of death thing, knocking the lycanthrope off balance, sending him staggering back. Taking full advantage of the opening, Dad leaps in, shoving the dynamite down the Wolfman's pants, and makes Monty Brown proud with a hellacious pounce, hucking the Wolfman out the window to be blasted into glorious bloody bits in midair. Chunks of gore and dismembered limbs falling like grisly rain to the alley floor below. And how fucking rad was that explosion? They just chucked a dummy out the window and blew its ass up. It was so sick.
Do they make a joke about that there's more than one way to kill a werewolf after that?
Yeah.
Okay, I was
like
about to
there's
say.
more than one way to kill a werewolf. But
I was about to
there
say, 'cause
isn't.
that's a missed opportunity.
There is, in fact, only one way to kill a werewolf. Because, like, you see, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Dude, that was so rad. Like, if I would have seen that as a kid, I would look, because I like, I like a good gory explosion.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
bits of werewolf are just pattering down onto the ground. It's like, oh yeah, that's so sick, dude.
You love
I
the
want to
sound
see
of
some
that.
werewolf gore, dude.
Love the sound of that splatter as it hits the ground.
Sound of that meat flapping on the pavement, baby. Blah, 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 blah.
Didn't like that. Didn't like that one.
Dad embraces Sean, and they look around, noticing that Dracula is gone. Dun-dun-dun. Down below in the alley, the blasted corpse of the Wolfman. Hello, my name is Marv Wolfman. Down below in the alley, the blasted corpse of the Wolfman begins to move. Over with Mr. German and the kids, Big Sis is trying her goddamn best to read the German of the ritual, goddammit, but these clowns keep stressing her out. In the alley, the head, shoulders, and arm of the Wolfman begin to thrash and wriggle, limbs dragging themselves back together with unfortunately comical sound effects. Because, like, as the arm of the Wolfman slides across the floor, it goes, and the leg slides towards the Wolfman, and it too goes. Like, what the hell? Kind of very silly.
I didn't catch that. That's hilarious.
With Big Sis, the ritual is now complete. The amulet gleams from within with arcane light. The kids and Mr. German celebrate, and nothing. Limbo refuses to open, and the ritual, it seems, is a dud.
Oh no, what happened?
Oh no! Not my ritual!
Oh no, what happened to the ritual?
A howl burst forth from the alley as the silhouette of the Wolfman, now fully regenerated, nards and all, rushes out to attack the kids once more.
I got my balls back!
You fucking...
Tonight's performance of the Wolfman will be played by Al Pacino. You stupid fucking kids! You think you can kick me in the balls? I don't fucking think so, little boy. I'm the Wolfman.
Oh my God. I was being very serious and like reading the next paragraph, and you got me so bad. Oh.
Sorry.
Oh my God, you got me so. I'm the Wolfman.
I'm the Wolfman.
Oh God. Michael complains, like the asshole he has been the entire fucking movie, and points out the disturbing lack of magical vortex, asserting that Big Sis is probably not, in fact, a virgin.
Ew, that's not for us to know.
Yeah, I don't need to know that about my sister. Thank you. Rudy is over in the street, agonizing over his first kills, which this kid's gonna be fucked up for life, dude.
Yep.
When the Wolfman rocks up, and the whole strength of the somewhere ambiguously in the South police screech to a halt just outside the church. The cop from before, who blasted Larry, is back apparently, just allowed to walk the streets after murdering someone. But whatever, who cares? And he proceeds to blast the werewolf 3 times.
He was placed on administrative leave without pay for 3 days, Zach. What else do you want?
Truly, justice has been done.
Exactly.
Seeing that the bullets have no effect, the cops do the only thing that seems logical in the moment. Close to hand-to-hand combat with a goddamn werewolf. What the fuck are you guys doing? I think somebody has a nightstick, but come on.
The one guy's like, I've been preparing my whole life for this one situation.
I just want to put the beat down on a wolf man.
I've been carrying these silver stakes for this particular moment.
What are you going to build? A very small fence? The German guy, over with the ritual crew, the German man, who still does not have a name, guesses that Michael's sister is not in fact a virgin. And she says, well, Steve doesn't count, which that's kind of funny. Don't they actually use that line in Stranger Things?
They might. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I thought they did do that. I think they do use that line in Stranger Things. Yeah, it was Steve, but he doesn't count.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Because his name is Steve Harrington.
Mm-hmm.
But Rudy sees that Larry is going to solo the entire Louisiana Police Department, and he loads his school shop class made silver bullets in one of the cops' discarded revolvers and blasts Mr. Talbot away. And this kid is fucked for life, man. Like, he takes this werewolf out, and as the werewolf falls to the ground, he transforms back into Larry Talbot, and he tells Rudy thank you for relieving him of the curse of the wolf. The curse of the wolf. And man, I where's the Monster Squad sequel where they're aged up to now, or maybe the late 90s, and everybody is completely fucked psychologically? Like, Rudy
It's
is
just
like
dark.
complete. Yeah, and they're all just ruined from having seen so much death. And Rudy had to look those vampire brides right in the eyes. He staked them to death. Like, goddamn.
And they all have like PTSD from it and shit.
Mhm.
Like,
And
if
like
they have,
something happens and they have to go back and fight more monsters.
like Dracula's back somehow, or like one of his kids from The Bride.
Sure, yeah.
Ooh,
You never
that's
know.
headcanon. Let's do it.
Boo! Gilman jump scare. And unfortunately, the address above the door does not say 924. It says 224, but the Gilman is here. And Horace has been faced with the evil monster. Horace grabs one of the cops' discarded shotguns and loads it, backing away from the creature as it advances towards him. Tapping on the door, he sees that it's locked, and the bullies, the evil, awful, horrible bullies from before, are inside the shop. And he's like, open the door. They said no. I'm like, holy fuck. Then Horace, now faced with being either killed by the creature from the Black Lagoon or like having to do something drastic, blasts the creature away. And with one shotgun blast, the creature's dead, which kind of sucks, but whatever.
Yeah. It's him or me.
Right? Boom! And then they finally like open the door and like, hey, fat kid, that was awesome. And he goes, my name is Horace. And he cocks the shotgun.
it.
You're like, yeah, get him, Horace. You're cool.
Tell him, Horace.
Yeah, tell those dumb fucking pieces of shit, you fucking bullies. Over with the ritual crew, Eugene says, well, doesn't Vicky count as a virgin? Which, how does Eugene know what that means?
Yeah.
Eugene, yikes. Can we talk about what's Eugene being exposed to? I mean, he does have a Punisher poster in his room, and he's like 6, so who knows?
He's like, I'm in the hard R movies. I just watched The Last House on the Left, and I didn't even squirm.
Holy shit. He's like 6 years old wearing his Robotech pajamas.
Yeah,
This
right.
is fucking awesome.
Wes Craven is my newest fan favorite.
So the German guy helps Vicky to start reading the ritual. As she's reading the ritual, Dracula shows up and he grabs her. It's actually really scary. They put Vicky in some real peril.
Yeah.
Dad and Sean stagger out of the storefront from their battle with the Wolfman and Dracula in succession, and Dracula picks up Vicky. He's about to hurt her in some way. He says some one-liner to her, and it's really threatening and scary.
He calls her the B word.
Oh yeah, what? Don't talk to Vicky like that, you bastard.
Yeah, he calls her a bitch. He's like,
Yeah.
"You give it to me, you bitch."
Yeah, don't talk to people like that. That's me. That's horrible. When at the very last second, who appears but the monster? And he grabs Frankenstein from behind and pulls him off of Vicky and rescues her.
And he's like,
As
"You're the
ritual.
bitch."
What does he says? Bogus.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, that's rad, you know? Which that could have been way, way more endearing if you just gave it a few more minutes with him and Vicky, like, learning words and let the monster say rad or, you know, like tubular.
Tubular. Yeah, that would do.
The monster's like trying out cool catchphrases and says, Bossa Nova.
Chevy Nova.
And the monster drags Dracula away. When finally the ritual is complete, Vicky says the last word in the weirdly German ritual, and the vortex to limbo swings open.
Hell yeah.
Swirling clouds erupt around a dark, horrible hole, which happens to me every time I eat China Buffet. But
Just as my nickname in high school.
a dark, horrible hole.
Yeah.
That's what I had to sign on in when I did the morning announcements. Good morning, everyone. It is your morning announcements with dark, horrible hole.
Gaping even.
Fuck you, Donovan. You're so gross. Dracula and the monster get dragged backwards by the vortex, being pulled away. But Dracula struggles free of the monster's grip, struggling towards Vicky so he can finally break the amulet or throw the amulet into the vortex himself. At the last second, Sean jumps on top of him with the last stake they'd made, and he stakes Dracula right through the chest.
Hell yeah.
Both of their bodies being impelled towards the vortex. When Sean jumps free, Dracula struggles to his feet and yanks the stake out of his chest, which must have missed his heart. When all of a sudden, Van Helsing, who has been trapped in limbo this entire time, appears behind Dracula, grabbing him again and restaking him. Both of them being pulled backwards into the vortex to limbo. Which at this point, Abraham Van Helsing, a man who was alive in the 1800s, gives Sean this big old thumbs up. It's like, you did it, my dudes. And he gets drawn back. How does this man know what the thumbs up means? Was the thumbs up a thing in like 1889? Like,
it had to be. Yeah, it had to be.
But it was so funny because he's like holding on to Dracula, and Dracula's struggling with a stake in his chest. And Van Helsing's just like, solid, my dudes.
I wonder if this came out before Terminator 2, because that's how fucking
Terminator 2 was like 93, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. Because that's how fucking the Terminator goes into the lava with a thumbs up. 91. So they stole that from Monster Squad.
And then, in a final heartbreaking moment, Vicky is clutching onto this park bench so she doesn't get dragged into the vortex to limbo. And the monster is hanging on too. She reaches for her new friend, the monster, and he's getting pulled and dragged into the vortex to limbo. And there's this sweet, adorable moment where she's holding onto his hand, and they meet eyes, and you're like, yes, give us this. We didn't get to spend enough time with them. This movie was only an hour and 20 minutes. So, like, I never say this, but I'm going to say it. This movie could have been longer and not suffered from the length.
Whoa.
The monster gets dragged off into limbo, and the vortex closes. The danger is now gone, and everybody returns to their lives. Mom and Dad reunite in town center. Horace finally gets respect from those stupid bullies. And Rudy is going to have trauma for the rest of his goddamn life because he had to stake 2 women to death and gun down a man in cold blood. Yeah. So that's our movie.
And one of them thanked him for killing him.
Yeah. He should have given him a thumbs up too. The curse is gone. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, my dude.
You did me a solid, bro.
Well, with that being over, how did you feel about this movie?
I wanted to love this movie.
Right.
This has so much shit that I love. I love the kids on bikes thing. I love that shit. I love monsters. You know, this is some of my favorite movies are monster movies. But like I just couldn't with these characters. I didn't care about them. At the very end, when Vicky was in peril, the really nice bits with Sean's dad and him, like Sean saving his dad from the Wolfman and like them being threatened and the kids finally having agency in the end. I really liked that stuff. The very end bit where it was all that peril and all that danger and they didn't have time to be assholes to each other. I really loved the ending. Van Helsing giving the thumbs up was very funny, but I really liked this, but I just couldn't get past how mean the kids were and how like how little charisma they had. Because again, we said it before, just like Goonies, if like Goonies has this cast that's just this unbelievably lovable group of kids, I
Right.
think it might shine through because those kids, I don't know who these actors are. I've never met these people in real life, but you see the kind of like gentle, great person Ke Huy Quan is. You
Uh-huh.
see how just sort of like nice and lovable Sean Astin is. That stuff kind of shines through.
Right.
And I don't know, I never met these kids or whatever. I don't know who they are now or whatever, but they didn't have that sweet element to it. This is also kind of an older kid movie, and I would not anybody under the age of like 12. I'd probably discourage from this one. Maybe I don't know. I'm also not a parent, so fuck it. I'll probably show this to my to my nephew this weekend, as long as he doesn't start saying F slurs, man.
Yeah,
You know?
right. You just
But,
gotta be, this is one of those ones you gotta be with them for sure to let them know, like, hey, that definitely isn't okay. Thankfully, a lot of the stuff in this kids today will know is not okay. You know what I mean? Um, my takeaway from it is I enjoyed the way that this was made. Like the
Mhm.
production of stuff of it is really good. The sets were freaking cool. Uh, the direction was pretty good too. The way it was filmed was pretty nice. I loved all the monsters, even Dracula going into this. I thought I would be really like critical of the Dracula because like Dracula is Bela Lugosi, obviously. So, but like I know you know what I mean. Like physically, like I know you're thinking like Christopher Lee, bro. I know.
He's my Dracula.
But you get what I'm saying. Like whenever anyone talks about Dracula, most
Yeah,
people visually like, oh, that's Dracula.
absolutely.
It's kind of like with Freddy Krueger. Like if anyone else, like, well, we had Jackie Earl Haley play him, but Freddy Krueger is Robert Englund. But I like this Dracula. I thought he was kind of cool. Um, my favorite of the monsters though would probably be the Mummy. I like the Mummy the most. I did like Frankenstein's monster too, though. But I enjoyed this movie. I think that your criticisms of it are what my criticisms are. If it wasn't for the kids being so vulgar and shit, I'd probably like it more. I mean, it makes you think like when you were a kid, are they saying things that like besides the F word, are they acting the way that you wanted to act maybe when you were a kid? That's the thought of it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what Shane Black was thinking. Like, this is how kids act. This is how when I was a kid, I wanted to talk like this. I wanted to be going out and doing things on my own like this.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can logistically think of writing children this way.
Well, that's the attraction of the kids on bikes, like genre, right? Like the kids have agency. They have the ability to solve the problem. They have the ability to solve the mystery or
Right.
defeat the bad guy, whatever needs to happen. Um, but I don't think this spent enough time the kids actually having agency. Like the dad was very involved. He showed up to kind of save the day. Like they needed the German guy to complete the task, and they didn't get time to have an adventure. It was mostly like, oh hey, the thing is tomorrow night. We didn't take a bunch of time solving the problem. The Alucard thing is like third grade easy shit. Okay, that kid
Yeah.
knew that and he solved it instantly. He probably shouldn't even have needed to write it down. You just squint at the word Alucard and say, huh, it kind of looks like Dracula. You know what I mean?
Well, fuck Dracula too for thinking that was smart. I'm
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Alucard. No, I think good to say the skin of my teeth.
It's just like, I don't know. I don't think they got enough to do. Like I said, nobody had a specific thing that was their thing. Like if you
Right.
establish that Sean is good with words, like he's the language guy. Him solving the act
The book and stuff.
the Alucard thing is quick. It's easy. If there was a puzzle in there in the book, here, yeah, this is a perfect example. Great idea. If there's a puzzle in the book that he can solve in English, but he can't solve in German. Like there are parts of the Journal of Van Helsing that are in English because we know from Bram Stoker's novel that Van Helsing was writing in English. There isn't a context where they say he is only writing in Dutch.
Right.
So like maybe he solved a problem, but he can't solve a puzzle in the German language version of the Dutch man's journal. But let him do that. Let Michael have a thing that he's the gadget guy. Maybe
Right.
they just didn't have a thing that it was a gimmick for them to do. They didn't have a specific thing. Horace got a specific thing, and I thought
Yes.
that worked out very well. You know, he used his. He has to have a snack because he's the fat guy. That he only did it once. If you did it twice, that would have worked. And then let him do the shotgun thing and tell the bullies that my name is Horace. That was cool. I felt like Horace was the only person that had that moment.
Yeah.
Rudy was already a badass. He did the badass thing, which, whatever. But again, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I would probably actually watch this again.
I plan to. I think I'm gonna watch it again for sure because I feel like there was stuff I missed, and especially with you going through the script, I feel like there's things I missed out on. And it's honestly, what's unfortunate about it is because of these. I don't want to keep like bagging on these child actors and stuff, but you get what I'm saying. Like this, like their performances are kind of forgettable. So the movie itself, it becomes a little bit forgettable. So I gotta watch it again for sure. I feel, but
Yeah,
I enjoyed it enough.
I think the girl that played Vicky is from some other very famous movie with kids.
Oh, really?
But I can't remember. Yeah, I think is she the little girl from Poltergeist?
No, that's not her.
Poltergeist was way earlier, right? It was like 82.
No, I think Poltergeist is late 80s, early 90s. But I only know that because those are like Poltergeist 2 is my favorite horror movie of all time. That movie scared the fuck out of me because it has that priest in it.
I've never seen any of the Poltergeists. We can watch it for sure.
Oh, we're gonna watch those. Even if we don't watch it for this, we're gonna watch them together, brother.
Sure, we can watch
Those
it for our
movies are
Patreon.
Hell yeah, man! Poltergeist 2 is so fucking scary. I know that you would think it's creepy. Do the scary old people creep you out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those are my two biggest fears: water shit and that. And so it's like, yeah. But yeah, I think that we wrapped that up pretty well. We got to the basics of what Christian parents think of it and everything. So I think that's a good place to leave that for today. Thank you for watching this movie with me, buddy.
Yeah, thank you for sharing this with me. This is very fun.
Yeah. It was.
I wish we could have done it for Halloween, but it worked out that this is coming out close to Hanukkah, and there's the menorah in this movie. Yay! Okay, holiday movie. But
loopholes, baby.
Next week we will be back with maybe a special guest or maybe one of our 2 Christmas movies that we're doing. But for Christmas this year, we're doing Gremlins and Home Alone.
Yes, sir.
But we might have a special. It just depends on how the recordings work out and what's going on.
Scheduling, baby.
If you like what you heard, drop us a rating or review.
I said drop us a rating and review. And as a bottom.
Okay, Steve, we get it. Thank you.
We got it, buddy. We got it.
You did a great job.
Hell yeah.
You did. Thank you. I love you.
I
Much
love you
love.
too, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a nice guy, Donnie. Don't let him tell you otherwise. That's the bottom line.
Who is saying otherwise?
You're a great guy, Donnie. I don't care what they say about you.
I thank you, buddy. Same Z's.
Yeah, so if you like what you heard, come on back and meet us next week. Howdy to the people in Belgium. So hello. Yeah, we're either coming next week. Will either be of 2 options. It'll be 3 options because Donovan hasn't decided yet because it's his turn to write the script for the Christmas movie. It's either going to be Home Alone, Gremlins, or The Exorcist with a special guest.
It just the reason I don't know yet is because I watch Christmas movies sometimes throughout the year because they make me feel good, and I've watched Home Alone and Gremlins both recently, so I need to pick which one I want to watch again.
Though I can assure you that we will not be doing a movie all about an optometrist. Sorry, that movie would be called The Spexorcist.
All right. And thank you to Mustard Plug for letting us use your song Vampire as our intro and outro. Make sure you check them out because they are amazing.
And as always, listen to more ska.
And don't let Jesus steal anything from you. Get that shit back.
Get that shit back.
Pew, 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 pew.
to the fight.